Democrats. Thank you to the Face-to-Face Project for having me here tonight. My name is Judge Amy Clark Meachum, and when I filed to run last month, I became the first woman in Texas history to run for the position of Chief Justice of the Texas Supreme Court. I'm very excited to be taking on this historic role. I'm a current judge in Travis County, Texas, in the middle of my third term, and running hard all across the state. This year in the state of Texas, we have our greatest chance in 25 years to win statewide, and we need to act like it. And so we're running hard. In fact, every position on the Supreme Court this time, we have 4 seats open on a 9-member court, and all 4 of those seats have contested primaries. So we're getting around the state. It's the first time we've had that in a long time. And so for many of us, we're doing something that hasn't been done in a long time for Texas Democrats, which is introducing people to judges, and to judicial races for the first time in a way that they haven't been exposed to. So let me say a little bit about what the Supreme Court is and what the Chief Justice does so we can educate some of the voters on that. The Supreme Court for the state of Texas is the highest court in the state for all civil appeals. So in Texas, we have a bifurcated system. All the criminal cases go to one high court and all the civil cases go to the other. The Chief Justice of that court presides over that court, as well as has a lot of other functions. It's just the head of the judiciary. One of the things that the Chief Justice can do, which is exciting about this position, is we can actually be the director of an entire branch of government for the state and decide judicial policy, judicial rules, judicial rulemaking, and appointments on committees. And we have an opportunity every legislative session to deliver the State of the Judiciary speech. And I'm excited to put possibly a new face on that this next year. This state has had an all-Republican support for over 25 years. And when people ask me why I'm running, I like to tell them that we need a new generation of judicial leaders and judicial thought leaders to restore balance on the all-Republican Supreme Court. We've needed that for a long time. And this time, I think we're going to actually get there. I think that's a message that doesn't just work with Democrats, it works with people all across the state who are tired of results-based decisions, where results-oriented decisions, where this court already knows how they're going to rule due to the special interests, and they've already made their decision before people get there. And so what the ones of us who are running for the Democratic Party, we believe it's key that we keep an open mind and we have balance in the decisions that we make. And that's what I commit to you in running for this position as well. Let me say one thing. This isn't actually, if you're a fan of Texas legal history, this isn't actually the first time we could have a woman on the Supreme Court. It's actually true that in 1925, the Governor Neff at that point, dealt with a situation where every male judge and every male lawyer in the state was part of one fraternity, and they had a case that came before the Texas Supreme Court. So literally every male judge on the court at that time had to recuse, and the governor had to find 3 women who were actually members of the bar in 1925, just a few years after women had suffrage and had the right to vote. And they actually had an appointed court to hear one case back in 1925. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Judge Hortense Sparks Ward, who was actually the first female Chief Justice of the Texas Supreme Court. She served for 4 months back in 1925 from January to May with 2 other women. But sadly, in Texas history, that we had 3 women for that special court that sat for 3 months for one case. The most we've ever had on our 9-member court is 3 women. That's what we had at one point in the 1990s. We had 3 women. And in 2020, that's what the current Supreme Court has too, is it still only has 3 women on that court. So we need a court in the state of Texas that looks like the people it serves, that serves the people that live here, and that is responsive to their needs. And I'm really proud of y'all for taking an interest in judicial races and caring enough to feature us in your project and letting us come down here and meet the voters of Hays County and providing us with a video that we can share with our voters throughout the state. Because it's important that people get educated about these races and learn about us, learn about the courts, learn why they're important. And as we get as purpler as a state, and we have a true opportunity this time to take back our courts, I think it's important that you also know we have great candidates running on the Democratic side, and I hope to be that for you. My name is Judge Amy Clark Meachum. I'm a 3-term judge from Travis County, Texas. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a proud daughter, I'm a proud Texas Democrat, I'm a small town girl turned district court judge, and with the help of this room and the army we're going to build in the state of Texas, on November 3rd, 2020, I'm going to become the first woman ever elected Chief Justice of the Texas Supreme Court. Thank you so much.